My name is Kenny, a plant enthusiast from the Philippines. Welcome to my channel and let's talk about plants. Hello everyone, good morning. It's a beautiful day today here in my place and I have some work to do there in my garden. And yeah, come with me and let's do it together. See ya! So for today's video, I will be propagating and replanting this pandanus plant. I don't know what they call it in other places, but here it's pandanus. So first and foremost, what I will be doing is I will be preparing my soil. So for today, I will just be recycling my soil and rejuvenating it as well. So here are the soil that I will be using. These are old soil. I have used this soil before for my coleus or mayana plant like this. Mayanas are really beautiful, but it is really a pest magnet. And as time passes by, mayanas tend to look like this. Especially after flowering, mayanas tend to look like this. Their leaves get smaller and smaller, and then the bottom part of its stem loses its leaves. So I'm actually planning to remove all my mayanas in my garden because they are really pest magnet and they can actually contaminate all of my plants. Before, about 2 years ago, I really do have a wide variety of mayana collections. I have about 123 varieties of mayanas in my garden because they're just so beautiful. You just can't say no to their leaves, but this is what really happens. And the very downside about mayanas is that it's really a pest magnet, and I don't want to contaminate all of my other plants, so I just need to get rid of them. So for today, I will be using the soil where mayanas are planted because, you know, here in the Philippines, soil is just so expensive, especially those mixed soil for potted plants. So I'm gonna be recycling them, and this is what I do every time. See, they have aphids, or I think that is mealybugs in their stems, so it's just so risky to continue planting these beautiful mayanas because I actually have a lot of plants here in my garden. So the first thing that I will be doing here is I'm gonna be cleaning the medium or the soil. I'm gonna get rid of all the weeds that's actually growing, remove every single of them, and make sure that you will be removing entirely, including its roots, because the root, if you will just cut it out, the roots is still going to grow and there will be more weeds. And also check if there are some, you know, insects living in the soil, or especially those aphids, because they actually bury themselves into the ground, into the soil. So just make sure that you don't have any insects or any pests in the soil. And of course, after cleaning the soil, I'm gonna get my basin and transfer the soil so that I will have more room to pulverize my soil. And I'm gonna be adding 2 ingredients later. And this is the most exciting part for me. I just love mixing stuffs, especially soil, and I just love, I don't know, it's so therapeutic for me to do this like all the time. This is my one way to relieving stress from work, and it really helped me a lot. I worked on a graveyard shift and it's just so stressful. And also, before I was actually diagnosed with fatty liver and GERD and all other stuff. And my garden actually helped me a lot recovering from those illness. Trust me, it's really good if you have something to do, like to divert your attention rather than thinking about your illness or thinking about work and all of those stuffs. And my garden actually really helped me a lot in recovering and overcoming those issues in my life. Because once you have GERD, you tend to be so anxious. So basically what I do when that happens is that I just go to my garden and then of course look for some things to do in my garden, like repotting, cleaning my garden and all of those stuffs. It really helped me a lot, trust me. So after pulverizing all the soil like that, I'm gonna be adding rice hull. This actually helps to loosen the soil. If you have like a sticky soil, this is really a good addition to your soil to keep it loose. And the plants will love it because their roots are not going to have hard time exploring the soil in your pot. So I'm gonna be adding a decent amount of rice hull into my soil. And this rice hull also helps with water drainage. And also I'm gonna be adding carbonized rice hull. Carbonized rice hull is made from incomplete or partial burning of rice hull. And also it is a good soil fertilizer and conditioner as it contains phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and micronutrients vital to growing crops or plants. And also it makes the clay soil porous because of its loose composition and improves soil structure by increasing bulk density, water holding capacity, and aeration. Carbonized rice hull also harbors good bacteria and it serves as houses for microorganisms. So carbonized rice hull is really good for the plants. But I don't usually use carbonized rice hull for my aroids like my philodendrons and monsteras because I use charcoal for my aroids instead of carbonized rice hull. So I'm gonna be putting a decent amount of carbonized rice hull into the soil to get the consistency that I wanted for my soil. I don't really have any measurement on how much I put into the soil. The most important for me is the consistency and also how loose the soil will be, so the roots of my plant will not have a hard time exploring the soil. So that also to keep my plant roots very healthy all the time. That's the most important thing. So here it is. I already achieved the kind of soil that I wanted for my pandanus plant. So I guess it's ready. It's good to go. So now I needed to remove or uproot my pandanus plant from its old pot, and I will be removing all of its soil. And I will also be removing like the old leaves, like the brown ones, to make it really clean. And also these old leaves, the brown ones, are really one of the reasons for the plant to get stem rot. So I needed to remove them all. And I am also going to remove those leaves that has brown tips. So now I am going to separate the plant because there are a lot of plants in here already. So I will just be separating them so that I am going to have more plants, of course. And when separating your plants, just make sure that you won't damage the roots because that is the vital part of the plant. And here they are. They look decent already and they look clean, and hopefully they are going to grow to such a beautiful plant. And I placed them here where there is no shade because these plants, the pandanus plant, really love the sun. They are sun loving plants. So that would be all.